Alright, my love, TCL Scorpion 72. Today, take a look at the Flash and Arrow 2-pack from DC Collectibles based on the CW TV series of the same names, individually, of course, with the team up. They come in window box packaging, you can see with all the accessories, extra hands and arrows and stuff like that it comes with. Of course, Flash comes with extra head and extra hands. This set came out, supposed to be out in the summer, it came out late last year. You can see on the top of the box it has the logo for both the Flash and the Arrow. This box set is pretty neat because it has Season 4 costume of Green Arrow and Season 2 costume of the Flash. For those of you who might miss the Flash, there's a nice opportunity for people to jump on this CW line and get the two figures in one shot. So without further ado, let's take a look at the Flash and Arrow in this 2-pack. Oh, on a side note, that backdrop of the city there is just that. You can actually, it's good to hang on to and use as a backdrop if you want on your shelf.
Alright, so here we take a look at these two young strapping chaps, better known as Barry Allen and Oliver Queen, the Flash and Green Arrow. So as I mentioned in the beginning, this is a 2-pack. So this is a great 2-pack on two occasions. One, if you guys missed out on the Flash the first time around, you can get him in his current costume, which I must say, he is due for an upgrade. I'm surprised they haven't upgraded his suit other than just changing the chest embryo. That's the only thing. The symbol here is the only difference from the first Flash when he first released in a single packaging there about a year ago. And as for Green Arrow, this is actually his 4th costume, which I'll show a little bit later on, and he's already got a new looking costume in season 5. So hopefully the Flash will get one this year. So I guess we'll start with the Flash first. Basically it's the same buck that was used on the first one. Same articulation, which is going to be, alright, just take a rest there. So you got the head on the ball joint. You got joint here in the shoulders. You can get it way high. You can arms go forward. He has that swivel on the elbow here, like that. Here you have the waist swivel. I should say actually upper chest swivel. They took away the waist swivel, so he doesn't have it. Some of them do, some of them don't. I'm not sure as to why they choose. I guess it's based on the character and how they want him to move. Legs can go forward, outward somewhat. It's hindered here somewhat by the hip. Here he has leg articulation, double jointed knees, swivel in the boot, and he has ankle articulation and then swivel here. So he has the ankle pivot and stuff. So what makes this Flash really cool or different from the other Flash is really the changeable head. So you have his face. What makes this figure different from the first one, the first Flash, is that he has his unmasked head. Now I must say, from the prototype to this, the head could have been done a little bit better. I don't know what happened during the process, but it is not at its best. Maybe it's because the skin tone's a little too light and need to be flushed out with some wash. Would have been really nicely done to really bring out how Grant Gustin's face and his features look, which is the star of the guy who plays the Flash. For those who don't know, which I think you guys know. So change his head, just pop it off there. There you go. Here you take off this part of his mask. Now there is a little sculpting here of his earpiece on one side, there, but on the other side it's kind of missing. So this could have been sculpted a little better, because other than that, it just looks like a bandello scarf or something from the West. So he gets pop on his regular head. Of course, you saw in the packaging, it's already on and it really fits on sturdy. And there you go. The ears, everything seemed to be the same, a little bit more highlighted and gold and stuff, and it's still red inside. I don't remember it changing anyways, and it being white inside, so it seems to be accurate. And that's pretty much that for him. Changing his hands, they're on a give me a second, they're really tight. They're on a ball joint type peg, which is pretty neat. I prefer these to the still ones or the straight ones because it seemed less likely to break. So I would like that for, like, say the DC icons. That'd be really cool. So here you just plug this in like this. You can have them with straight hands, and it fits in pretty sturdy. And here you go, the back. So the detail is pretty accurate. Well, actually, it is accurate to the costume and stuff in the TV show. And that's about all I can say. If you already have this Flash from the first one, from when they first started the Flash figure, which only was like Flash and Captain Cold when they first started doing like the Flash TV series figures. If you want to update, you can get this one. I do recommend him only because you do get the unmasked head, and that's kind of like the gimmick here with this one. In order to get another Flash, that and his chest emblem is white, so it's accurate to the show and how he is portrayed today on the TV show.
So, like I said before, the Flash is basically the same Flash that came in the single packaging, just a little bit more cleaned up, and the symbol on his chest is different. So if you missed that one, this one is a great way to grab him and grab him up to date, as so to speak. Other than that, oh look at that, there he is, Barry not listening to himself to don't destroy the timeline. Other than that, it's a really great figure, really cool. I just wish that I did a little bit more wash or more paint apps on his face, seeing how that's the selling point. They should put a little bit more work into that because it's a little too smooth and does not look like Barry Allen or Grant Gustin, the guy who plays Barry Allen in the show. Nevertheless, still a cool figure to have, and hopefully they update his suit this season. Like, come on, he's already almost going to head into season 4 and still no update of the suit. Reverse Flash defeated.
Now, Mr. Oliver Queen Green Arrow comes to the same bow that he came with the other one. So same constrictor bow. It would be nice if they could have it like folded up and stuff, but I think that might take a little bit too much sculpting ingenuity for them to do that. It might even cost more. His arrows consist, I'll give a quick close up of these on camera and show them again. So he comes with 3 arrows. So he comes with a regular arrow here, arrow, another arrow with, like, you can make a sonic disruptor. He's used this many times in the show to take out electronic devices and stuff, or even emit gas throughout the air. And this is more like an explosive arrow, or even the other one too is vice versa. However you want to use these ones, up to you. So changing his hands is the same way as falls as with the Flash, is that it's on a ball jointed type peg. So you just pull it out like this, always pull forward. Now his is different. It's not ball jointed, it's one of those straight out pegs like you see from the other DC collectible lines, like DC icons. And you just plug in, say you want a fist, so you just plug in the fist there, so he has a punching hand there. You use his punching hand, I should say. And there we go. It's kind of tight, so you gotta be careful, because just doing that, a little too much force in the wrong way, I would have broke the peg. And there you go. These arrows you see here, the extra arrows I have from another Flash figure, which is the regular arrows. They don't have the green, so you can tell the difference from them. Sorry. You can tell the difference from them from the green here. So here I have the green and yellow, which they used for the last 3 arrows that came out, the green arrows that came out in this line. And now they started going to using just the green tips here, the green feather tips for this figure, as well as this part here, which came with those series of Green Arrow figures, which is only season 1 and 2 of that, I might add, just so you guys know. Now, his articulation is as follows. Before I get into that, I want to just show that this quiver here is a lot bigger than the one season 3 Arrow and has a lot more space. that's really good, so it can hold a lot more arrows. So if you want to gather all your arrows from all your other Green Arrow figures and stuff them in here, they pretty much can fit. The only thing is it becomes a little loose, so the more arrows you put, the more it'll hold. What I did put here is a little putty at the bottom, so you can just stick the arrows so they will stay in, because if he falls backwards off the shelf or something like that, these arrows fling out all over the place, and that's happened a few times before I did this recording, so that's what I did there with that. Other than that, the costume is really accurate, except for the face. And the reason I say that is you can actually push his hood down and you can see his face here. And you see, like the other one, it's kind of really looking like cartoonish, I find. And it does not really look like the Stephen Amell's face. It looks more like it's based off the CW cartoon. So I'll give a little close-up of that one too, so you can see what I mean, especially when I put all of them in line. The first Arrow figures that they did look like Stephen Amell. This one does not really. It looks kind of like somebody different, because I think the jawline here is a little too slender and stuff. Nevertheless,
like with the Flash, this Green Arrow figure does not bring out the likeness of Stephen Amell. It needs a little bit more sculpting and paint apps. If you look back at the other 4 Arrow figures or 3 Arrow figures that they did in this line, you can see the first 2 nail the likeness of the actor, but the other 2 do not. Especially the third one looks like it comes from the CW cartoon, just the way it's been sculpted. And the 4th one, I do realize, is basically the same head, just painted a little bit differently. Hopefully, if they're going to do a figure number 5 of this, or season 5 Green Arrow thing, and brings out what we got it the first time around with Stephen Amell's likeness.
head's on a ball joint. Arms can go outwards, downwards, forward. He has the same swivel in the elbow, single joint in elbow, swivel in the wrist, and articulation in the wrist. Upper chest swivel as well. You can push down a little bit low. You can look like he's looking down or posing up. No waist articulation. Legs can go outwards, forwards. No thigh articulation like the Flash, which it would have been cool because it could have hide it here in one of the straps. If they really wanted to put it, it would have been neat to have. He has single joint in the knees, double jointed knees, I should say. No swivel in the boot, which I'm surprised. There's no boot articulation, which it could have did that too. All it has is just basically swivel in the foot and a little boot pivot there, but it's kind of hindered from the back here due to the way they cut it. And so, as I mentioned, his hood's a separate piece that you can basically just put over his head and stuff like that. But like I said earlier, it's just that he does not look like Stephen Amell from the show with this, the way that had this sculpting done.
So other than the head sculpt, I really do like the feel of this figure. It seems a little bit more smoother, more articulated than the last one, especially in the first ones that we got there. All the details there based off from the show. I don't even mind if they use the season 1 or 2 head on the next Green Arrow figure to give us, just so it has some more accuracy to it. I do like the fact that you can actually store arrows in his quiver, unlike the last one also that could barely even fit the 3 arrows it came with. So that's a big improvement I really do enjoy. Other than that, this figure is pretty solid. The pieces are solid. It's all different plastic, as you know. I haven't really mentioned a lot of my videos in the past while, but yeah, everything's been improved. It really seems to have playability. Just wish there was some thigh swivel or something like that. So between him and the Flash, do recommend getting this, especially if you guys missed out and you want something updated and fresh and very very much improved. I do recommend these two. It's just the head sculpt, it seems to be a little bit off, more than a little bit off, but it seems to be a little miss, and hopefully they improve this and find out what went wrong between prototype, especially for the Flash's Barry Allen head, what went wrong with the prototype to finished product. So these should be available at online retailers, comic book specialty shops, and Scorpion72 with a review of the Flash and Arrow 2-pack, telling you to enjoy your toys and keep playing.